I am welcoming you all of them to Chemistry of Main Group Elements course. Today I am going to talk about an interesting inorganic compound. This compound was made up of boron and nitrogen. The structure looks like benzene. I mean, instead of carbon-carbon bond, it has boron-nitrogen bond. Again, this molecule has 6-membered ring, which has planar structure. It also called as an inorganic benzene, that is boracene. I am going to talk today about boracene. When we see this compound, boracene, it was made up of boron-acene, nitrogen. How does the structure resembles that of benzene? We know that benzene having carbon-carbon bond, again, which is isoelectronic with boron-nitrogen. Carbon-carbon bond is carbon-carbon motif. This one is isoelectronic with boron and nitrogen. We all of them knows the structure of benzene. A 6-membered ring which has an alternate single and double bond. It has sp2 hybridized carbon atom. The 6 pi electrons are delocalized over the 6 carbon atoms. When we compare to boracene, you can see the structure. How does it looks like benzene? Yes. When you put double bond, here the 6 pi electrons are delocalized over the 6 carbon atoms. But when we come here, there are 2 different heteroatoms, boron and nitrogen. Because of the electronegativity difference between these 2 atoms, instead of drawing the double bond, the most appropriately we can draw as coordinate covalent bond. Not only their structure, the physical properties of benzene are almost similar with boracene. That's why this compound is called as inorganic benzene. Inorganic benzene. Okay. In case also, benzene usually we will draw instead of double bond, we will draw as a circle inside the 6-membered ring, which denotes the 6 pi electrons are delocalized over the 6 carbon atoms equally. But I feel you can't put circle in the boracene because here there are 2 different atoms which have 2 different atomic radii and also which have 2 different electronegativity. So there is not that much efficiently the electrons are delocalized in boracene. So instead of putting a circle, most appropriately put a coordinate covalent bond between the boron and the nitrogen atom, and the arrow should be more focused towards the boron atoms. That means the electron density is richer in nitrogen atom, the density is moving to the with the low electron density of boron atoms. Okay, now I am going to give the synthesis. How can you synthesize boracene? You can start the synthesis of boracene with the help of precursor diborane. You can start from diborane. Diborane exists as BH3, the dimer of BH3. We know the structure of diborane, B2H6, which can interact with, which can react with ammonia. Simple Lewis acid base reaction. Boron center will have Lewis acidity and the nitrogen have Lewis base. It can form an adduct. That adduct, actually this ammonia can go and attack both boron center simultaneously. Leaves leaves an adduct. This adduct, if you heat it to 100 degrees Celsius, heated to 100 degrees Celsius to get boracene B3N3H6 plus hydrogen gas. If you balance this equation, 3 moles of diboranes are needed to react with 6 moles of ammonia to form 3 moles of adduct. If you reflex, you can get 2 moles of boracene plus 12 moles of hydrogen gas. It's a complete synthetic scheme of boracene. But this is the very old procedure. But instead of using diborane, because using diborane is a little bit difficult, it's a gas. Instead of using diborane, the another synthetic procedure is, the another way of synthesis of boracene is using halides of boron. Boron trichloride can react with ammonium chloride. Here we are using salt of ammonia. Salt of ammonia was used because ammonia is more reactive compared with ammonium chloride. So it can avoid, in case of it can avoid to form some kind of side product. Boron trichloride plus ammonium chloride will give Cl3 B3 N3 H3. This one, boron having chlorine and a nitrogen having hydrogen. In the 6-member ring, instead of 3 hydrogen with the boron, you have to substitute hydrogen in place of chlorine to get the structure of this compound. If you react it further with sodium borohydride in presence of diene-butyl ether, you can get boracene. This is one of the way to synthesize boracene. You also have another way. Instead of using boron trichloride, you can directly use sodium borohydride. That is another way of synthesizing boracene. Sodium borohydride plus ammonium chloride again. You can react, you will get directly boracene plus hydrogen gas plus sodium chloride. In first case, we used halides of boron to get halides of boron. But in this case, I mean the borazine having chlorine. This will be further hydrogenation. Further hydrogenation with sodium borohydride to get borazine. Instead of this one, very directly you can react sodium borohydride and ammonium chloride to get borazine plus hydrogen plus sodium chloride. This is the another way of synthesizing borazine. Okay. Is it possible to prepare a substituted borazine? Substituted borazine means instead of hydrogen, is it possible to prepare a alkyl group substituted borazine or aryl substituted borazine? Yes, we can do that also. For that, in case of if you have to prepare substituted borazine, boron or nitrogen substituted borazine, boron or nitrogen substituted borazine. How can you prepare this one? This one can be prepared by, you have to take the precursor, starting precursor with the substitution. Then you can get the compound. For example, instead of ammonium chloride, I have taken R. R is methyl ammonium chloride. Or you can take ethyl ammonium chloride. Any kind of alkyl or aryl group substituted ammonium chloride, you have to react with boron trichloride. Reaction is almost similar. Whatever we have seen before, it's almost a similar reaction, only here we are observing. Cl3, B3, N3, R3 plus this one. Instead of hydrogen, we have now R, which are further reacts with sodium borohydride. If you reacted this one with sodium borohydride, you can get the chlorine can be replaced by hydrogen. That means H3, B3, N3, R3. Okay. Instead of this one, if you react this one with the methyl magnesium bromide, Grignard reagent. If you react this one with methyl magnesium bromide, again what happened? This chlorine will be substituted by methyl group. So you will get Me3, B3, N3, R3. In case if you want to get phenyl here, you can use phenyl lithium. If you use phenyl lithium in solvent THF, chlorine will be replaced by phenyl. So phenyl substituted borazine can be obtained by reacting with phenyl lithium and chlorine substituted borazine derivative. Okay. What about complete methyl substituted compound? I mean, both boron and nitrogen having methyl group that also can be obtained. For example, you have to use trimethyl borane plus methyl amine. If you react these two, trimethyl borane and amine, methyl amine, you can get Me3, B3, N3, Ne3 plus methane. This one will be called as hexamethyl borazine. What does it mean? In borazine, all the hydrogen atom will be substituted by methyl groups. You can get the hexamethyl borazine. Similarly, hexachloroborazine also can be obtained by reacting boron trichloride plus nitrogen trichloride using CCl4 as solvent to get Cl3, B3, N3, Cl3 plus chlorine gas. So what happened here? In borazine, all the hydrogen atoms, I mean 6 hydrogen atoms are substituted by chlorine to get hexachloroborazine. Hexachloroborazine. Okay. So these are the various synthetic procedure for synthesis of borosine. You can get borosine directly by reacting with the boron containing hydrides or halides with ammonia or ammonium chloride. You can get the direct borosine, or in case if you want to get boron or nitrogen substituted borosine, you have to choose appropriate precursor for getting boron or nitrogen substituted borosine. Okay, synthetic part it's over now. Now I am going to talk about chemical properties. When I am coming to chemical properties of borosine, here the borosine and benzene is mostly it will be differed. We are calling borosine as inorganic benzene on the basis of the physical property. The physical properties of borosine and benzene are almost similar. Physical properties means it's their melting point, their density, their refractive index, such kind of physical properties of benzene and borosine are almost similar. But when we come to chemical properties, their behavior is mostly differed. For example, borosine in most of the case is more reactive than benzene. Why borosine is more reactive than benzene? I already said that one. Borosine was made up of two different heteroatoms which have two different atomic radii, as well as it also has two different electronegativity. And when we see the structure, the electron density is more near to the nitrogen center. Very less electron density will be in the boron center. For example, I can give some of the examples that can confirm that how does borosine reactivity. For example, benzene does not react with the water or alcohol or HCl or HBr, such kind of reaction. We all of them knows because of their aromaticity. Because of the character of aromaticity, benzene will not react with these reagents. But borosine is more sensitive towards acid as well as even water and alcohol also. It can readily to undergo addition reaction. For example, borosine, if I react with HX. HX means it can be water or ethanol or HCl or HBr. Any one of them, if it reacts with the borosine, it can readily undergo addition reaction. Addition reaction, why addition reaction? Because nitrogen have more electron density. Sorry, instead of chlorine you have to put X. Okay. In this reaction, hydrogen was added to the nitrogen center and the X means is a corresponding conjugate base. The conjugate base will be added to the boron center. You can get that saturated. The double bond is almost now completely saturated. Inorganic saturated hydrocarbons like that such kind of derivatives can be obtained, which on removal of hydrogen gas. For example, if it loses 3 moles of hydrogen gases by heating with 100 degrees Celsius, you can get again re-aromatized borazine. When you are putting double bond, you have to be very, very careful that electron density should move from nitrogen to boron, because nitrogen having more electron density than boron. Boron having X, nitrogen having hydrogen. Yes. Again you get back the aromaticity. Okay, this one, if you react with any kind of nucleophile, for example Nu minus, Nu minus you can take an example of any hydroxide Nu minus, which is equal to hydroxide or alkoxide, or even you have thiocyanate or cyanide or nitrate. Any kind of nucleophile you can use it. If you can easily attack X, instead of substitution can happen. Instead of X, it can be substituted by nucleophile. That means you will get a product of you have to put nucleophile. Okay. And also we know that such kind of reaction can happen with borazine. What about benzene? Is it benzene can undergo nucleophilic substitution reaction? Most of the time it will not occur. Benzene can easily undergo electrophilic substitution reaction. For example, nitration, sulfonation, such kind of reaction can take place. But when we come to nucleophilic substitution, even though some reactions are known, for example soda amide in liquid ammonia, very few reactions are known, but most of the reactions are familiar. The familiar reactions are very well known reactions. Are if we counter means this electrophilic substitution with the benzene is known, but in case of borazine, even nucleophilic substitution can be more facile compared with electrophilic substitution. If you react borazine with any kind of electrophile, end up with the cleavage of boron nitrogen bond, we will never preserve the 6-member ring. If this borazine was reacted with any kind of electrophile, leads to the cleavage of the 6-member ring to form either a polymeric material or a simple molecules will be formed. Okay, that is the another difference. For example, this kind of reaction will never occur with benzene. Benzene will be completely inactive. It will be non-reactive with water or ethanol or HCl or HPl. But here simple addition reaction. It's a kind of addition reaction happened between the borazine to halide substitute, boron halide substituted derivative. Okay. We can see that again borazine you have now, it also can undergo when you are going to put double bond, you have to be very, very careful. Okay. So in case you can see that one, it can easily undergo bromine addition. If you react with bromine, you can see that one, it can undergo bromine addition to get a compound of again it loses the aromaticity. Addition reaction. it loses hydrogen bromide, you can get a compound of boron having halide. You see that. Similarly, but when you react benzene with bromine, benzene will never react with bromine, that we know, sir, because of their aromatic character. Because of their aromaticity, the 6 pi electrons are delocalized over the 6 carbon centers. Benzene will never react with bromine. If you add any Lewis acid, then reaction can happen. Ferric bromide. If you added ferric bromide, then what happened? Bromobenzene will form. C6H5Br. It's a kind of substitution, aromatic substitution reaction. Substitution reaction. But when we come to borosine, what happened? Borosine, it never undergoes substitution. Instead of substitution reaction, it undergoes addition reaction. Here it is an addition reaction. This is again one more difference between the reactivity of benzene and borosine. It further confirms that borosines are more reactive than benzene. Okay, I have another one more difference between benzene and borosine. How does it can react with metal carbonyls, especially about metal pi interactions. Metal pi complex. Metal pi complex. We all of them knows hexamethylbenzene. Hexamethylbenzene reacts with chromium tricarbonyl. THF solvated chromium tricarbonyl. We can get metal pi complex. Hexamethylbenzene reacts with THF solvated chromium tricarbonyl, can give organometallic complex. Okay. What about borosine? Now again hexamethyl substituted. For example, you have Ne3, B3, N3, Ne3. If you react this one with the THF solvated chromium carbonyls, then what happens? This will also give a complex. Okay. Okay. What is the difference between these two structure? This structure from this, because we know that hexamethylbenzene reactor means it's forming, both of them are forming an organometallic complex. But is there any difference between these two? Yes, there are various differences between these two structures. This further confirms that hexamethylbenzene is more aromatic in comparison with the methyl substituted borosine, hexamethylborosine. First difference, here hexamethylbenzene have planar structure, but when we come here, borosine has puckered structure. Hexamethylborosine has puckered structure in complex. In complex, when you compare with because free hexamethylborosine have planar structure, but when coordinate with chromium, it was changed to Packard structure. Why it was changed to Packard structure? Because boron and nitrogen have two different atomic radii, and also this one and also this hexamethyl benzene has more aromatic in character than this one. And also the electron density of nitrogen is higher than boron, so nitrogen with chromium can form a stronger bond than boron. You can see the bond distance. Bond distance, if you have seen, yes, chromium boron bond distance is 2.31 angstrom. But when we compare chromium nitrogen bond distance, it's 2.22 angstrom. It's very clear that in this case all the carbon chromium bond distance are same. But when we come here, boron chromium is bond distance is weaker and compared with the nitrogen chromium. That's why what happened? No, nitrogen is forming a strong bond with chromium. That's why what happened? It has two different bond length and the borazine exists as Packard in nature. Okay. And also, if we compare the bond strength of chromium carbon and chromium boron and nitrogen, this one bond dissociation energy for this complex is higher than this one. Because here what happened? It does not have a strong bond between the boron or nitrogen with chromium. Bond dissociation energy. Because of weak aromaticity in borazine, what happened? The bond dissociation energy is lesser for borazine substituted chromium derivative compared with the hexamethyl derivative of chromium complex. Bond dissociation energy is smaller. Okay. These are the again some more difference between the benzene and borazine. It further confirms that borazine is weak aromatic in nature compared with benzene. Okay. I have another one more interesting reaction. There you can see various hydrocarbons like that of we know benzene. Benzene, if you have taken, means it's a kind of what can I tell? Benzene, it's a kind of hydrocarbons. They are like that of hydrocarbon partners will be benzene, like that of naphthalene, anthracene, biphenyl. So many compounds are there. Similarly, borazine actually. If you have taken the borazine, if you have done the thermolysis means you have to heat the borazine. Thermolysis. If you have done thermolysis of borazine, I mean need to heat at 380 degrees Celsius for 5 days, you can get very interesting compounds. That is boron, nitrogen, boron, nitrogen, boron. Okay, you can see this compound. I am just putting double bond. Actually, what happened? You have to put a coordinate covalent bond. This compound looks like naphthalene. So this will be called as inorganic naphthalene. Their melting point is 29 degrees Celsius. Another compound we have, we just put hydrogen everywhere. Again, you just put here coordinate covalent bond everywhere. This compound will be called as inorganic biphenyl. This compound have melting point 60 degrees Celsius. These two compounds can be obtained. Everywhere should be hydrogen to complete the valency of both boron and nitrogen. Okay. So this compound looks like naphthalene. Naphthalene, we know that it has a molecular formula naphthalene C10H8. So if you take that one, means it have B5N5H8. So it's looking, the molecule looks like naphthalene, so it will be called as inorganic naphthalene, and the molecule looks like, if for example nitrogen and boron was substituted by carbon, you will get biphenyl. So this compound will be called as biphenyl, inorganic biphenyl. It can be obtained by, we have to take borosine, we have to heat it at 380 degrees Celsius for 5 days to get this two mixture of compounds. Okay. If we have taken benzene molecule, the structure of benzene can be derived from graphite. In the graphite, we know the graphite structure. In the graphite, graphite also have sp2 hybridized carbon atom. In that carbon, you just remove only one hexagon from the graphite. You can get a benzene structure. If you fill the hydrogen atoms from the hexagon, once you cut only one 6-membered ring from graphite, if you filled the valency of carbon, you can get benzene. Similarly, when you go to alpha hexagonal boron nitride, if you take an alpha hexagonal boron nitride, it's because boron nitrogen is isoelectronic with carbon. So alpha hexagonal boron nitride, if you take, means it also have graphite structure, graphite type structure. It has two different structure. One is diamond type structure, another one you have graphite structure. So if you taken the structure, again in the structure, if you remove one hexagon and then if you substituted hydrogen atom in both boron and nitrogen to complete their valency, you will get borosine. You can see how does the resemblance of benzene with borosine. But because of the difference in the atomic radii as well as electronegativity, the chemical properties are somewhat differed. And I have to compare the bond length. If you take in the bond length of benzene, we know that it's not a true double bond, its electron density is localized, like that of the double bond length between single and a double bond length. If you take the bond length of this one, it's between single and double bond. For example, the bond length of carbon-carbon here is 1.397 Armstrong. 397 Armstrong. Similarly, when you come to borosine, again in this case also the bond length is between single and double bond length. You can see this, the bond length of boron nitrogen here is 1.436 Armstrong. Normally, boron nitrogen single bond length is 1.54 Armstrong. Similarly, boron nitrogen double bond length is 1.37 Armstrong. You can see that this bond length is between single and double bond, like whatever we have knows in benzene. It is again another close resemblance of borosine with benzene. If we are talking about the physical properties, especially when we come to borosine, benzene is liquid, we know. Borosine also liquid. It is a colorless, water clear, colorless liquid. It is a colorless, water clear with aromatic odor. Aromatic odor. Boils at 55 degrees Celsius. this property, you can see the physical, some of their nature of the borosine. How does it's almost similar like benzene. Benzene also have the boiling point around 68 something like that degree Celsius, and also it has aromatic odor. It is colorless liquid. It is another some of the things. Some of the physical properties are almost matching borosine with the benzene. Okay, then I think. I think almost completed. I want to tell, finally I want to give only one reaction. This borosine can be used as precursor. This can be used as precursor to boron nitride ceramics. If you have to prepare boron nitride ceramics, this borosine can be used. Because why means borosine, we know that B3N3H6, the boron nitrogen ratio is fixed. It has 1:1 ratio. So, and boron nitride also need 1:1 ratio. If for example, if you are using two different starting precursor, for example borane plus ammonia, if you are using such kind of starting precursor to prepare boron nitride, mostly end up with a mixture, because there is a possibility that one of the ratio can increase or decrease, that can affect to get mixture of product. But here borosine, that ratio is already fixed. If we taken inorganic analog of styrene. Inorganic analog of styrene. You can take this compound. If you taken this compound, reacted with borosine and heated to 125 degrees Celsius to get a polymeric compound. First of all, before polymerization, it will undergo a polymerized compound. Yes, this compound can be obtained if you heat it to 125 degrees Celsius with borosine. Further, if you have to put hydrogen everywhere. Okay. Then if you react this one to 1000 degrees Celsius. 1000 degrees Celsius, if you heated this mixture in presence of ammonia, you can get boron nitride. In next lecture, I will discuss more about boron nitride. Okay, I would like to conclude this session. Borosine. If you have taken the borosine, the structure of benzene is close resemblance to that of borosine. So this borosine is also called as inorganic benzene. The physical, not only the structure, the physical properties and the appearance, especially the properties of the physical properties are almost close resemblance to that of benzene. So that is another reason that borosine is called as an inorganic benzene, because of the difference in electronegativity between boron and nitrogen. Borosines are more reactive than benzene. Benzene will never react with hydrogen chloride, and benzene will never react with bromine in absence of ferric bromide. But borosine will react with hydrogen halide. Even it can react with water, ethanol, and also it can react with hydrogen halide, and also it can react with the bromine all kind of addition reactions can happen with borosine. This confirms that borosine is more reactive than benzene. When we react borosine with THF solvated chromium tricarbonyl, we get puckered borosine coordinated the chromium complex. Especially the boron chromium bond is weaker than nitrogen chromium bond. But when we go to benzene hexacarbonyl, benzene tricarbonyl chromium complex, there all the chromium carbon bonds are almost similar and the benzene ring has planar structure. But when we come here, it has two different bond length and also the borosine ring looks like puckered in nature. This confirms that borosine is weak aromatic compared with benzene. And at last we have used borosine for the purpose of thermolysis. Thermolysis of borosine leads to various compounds such as inorganic naphthalene and inorganic biphenyl can be obtained. And styrene derivative of borosine and reacts with borosine and ammonia and heated to high degree Celsius, around 1000 degrees Celsius, leads to obtain boron nitride ceramic materials. So it can be used as a starting precursor for synthesis of ceramic materials. Reference for this topic is inorganic